Happy New Year to everybody. Thank you again for a fantastic 2024. A special thanks to all my Patreon subscribers. And looking forward to this coming year, we also will be putting up a StringTech Workstations podcast. I thought that this could be a very positive way for all of you guys to connect. I mean, a lot of you guys have been using these workstations for 15 years or more in some cases. We want to set this up so it's autopilot. With the impending 20% tariffs, whether they happen or not, we haven't raised the price since pre-pandemic times. And for us, everything has gone up. The cost of leather, cost of aluminum, the CNC charges, shipping charges. There will be a price increase in the new year, and we'll keep you posted as we set up very small quantities from now on, half a dozen at a time. When we get 6 people that want them, we'll do a little mini run. I'll get all my local millwrights and machinists and leather workers to put these together for you, and we'll ship them out. This is the bridge slotting jig that you just saw me use. I want to take a minute and just sort of go over something here. All of these tools that you see in my videos, this is a neck surgery kit, and we have another one going out to Australia. This is the 3rd one shipped out in the last couple of weeks. One other one to Australia and one to Iceland. And this is the fretting kit that I've been shipping out around the world. There's the sanding blocks, the straight edges, the scrub block, the leveling file, the fret guards. So all of these tools that we're talking about are made in very small quantities. They've been developed here in my workshop, refined and re-refined to get to the point where we are now. I've given this a lot of thought, and in 2025 there are going to be a few changes. I can't help but think back to 30 years ago when I first formulated the guitar repair and design courses that I was teaching at the local community college. And all of these tools, workstations included, were really designed for my students. And I think back to those early days when I was teaching 1 class a week of 6 students per class. This online tutorial coaching will harken back to those early classes where we had 6 students. I'm going to be turning 70 this coming year. I love what I do, and I want to keep it that way. Although we're just clearing up the last batch of 100 tech decks. Side note, any of you guys in the US that are even remotely interested, before the 20th of January, when all these supposed tariffs kick in, you might want to snap up one of these last few that are left. Starting this coming year, the workstations will be made to order. All the people that are involved in this project that are packaging and shipping, and the local Amish that are doing the CNC programs, all of the tools that we offer, they were always done in very small quantities, a half a dozen or 12. Those are numbers that I'm very comfortable overseeing, and I can still continue doing what I love to do, which is work in my shop. I can go out the back door with a coffee. That's my commute to work. So we're going to shift it down a couple of gears. I'll be here for you when you need me. Again, when I think back to those early days, a dear friend and a good customer out of Atlanta, Georgia, Jeff Rice from In-Town Guitar Repair. I remember when he first contacted me, because you got to remember that initially the workstations and these tools, they were really just made for my students. They weren't available commercially. And it was really people like Jeff and Jan from Denmark and Steve Simpson from Australia. They happened to stumble across a picture online, and they hunted me down and ordered these things. It's so funny when I think about it now, but way back then, Jeff had sent me 3 post-dated checks. Remember checks? He'd sent 3 post-dated checks and waited until the last one cleared, and I shipped it down to him, and he's still using it to this day. I have a couple other tools I want to show you, just to sort of give you a brief overall of the products that we have over and above the workstations themselves. This is a 1969 Martin D28 that I removed the neck. I just want to sort of give you a close-up of how clean that came off. So this high-density rubber pushes up on the tip of the heel as you tighten these forward fasteners. This mid-density foam straddles the head block and the back while the pressure is being exerted on the tip of the dovetail. These back fasteners ensure that the side is held together. This prevents any danger of the sides cracking when that upward pressure is exerted. Now this upward pressure is only done with these fasteners right here. And you saw how clean that neck came off. I actually have a couple more Martins on the way. You'll be seeing this in action again. So that's the latest sort of configuration of the neck removal jig. And it will be available on the StringTech Workstations blog. You see that address running across the bottom of your screen. This is the conversion kit for your drill press. You've seen this in plenty of videos. You'll see the links below that explain this tool, why it was designed, and the primary function. Although the initial function of this tool was for putting a 24-foot spherical radius on the foot of an acoustic guitar bridge before regluing, and for cutting the compensated nut ledges, those were the two main purposes when I first designed this. But since that time, 90% of the time, this is on my drill press. When I need the drill press to actually use as a drill press, it breaks down in a few seconds. I pull it off, drill whatever holes I got to drill, and then I put it right back on, because this is by far the most commonly used sander in my shop. It's operated with a foot switch. You never reach for a switch. Thanks for hanging in there. Love you guys. Looking forward to 2025. Stay tuned.